Hello and welcome to Bay 1, this is Trafalmaraxi, doing a Robocraft patch notes. This is for the Easternanza update for Robocraft. Or, I don't know, maybe they should have called it Bunny Nanza or something along those lines, I don't know. Anyway, yes, or Easter Bunanza. I don't know, there's lots and lots of little jokes you could have with that. Anyway, so there's been the kind of expected updates to the drop planet, which outside of the ship. So you see this nice big set of eggs out there. There's some other more important type changes, but we got the fun little things like the little rabbit as a pilot, and I haven't really checked out the maps yet, but yeah, probably the more important ones for most of us players though is the free premium codes, which you have to redeem them by April the 6th. So let's just go and enter those in here because I haven't redeemed it yet. It is Easter-276051, and each of these should be 1 day of premium. And then the other one is Bunny hyphen 912037, and that's my 2 days of premium and whatever else happens to be with that redeemed. So now I'm at 208 days. Yeah, so the codes run out at 11 AM UTC on Monday. So yeah, just make sure everyone uses the codes, although I like the way they split them up so that you can choose which days to use them on. And yeah, there are some Easter eggs as they call them, so obviously this is one of them. The little rabbit is the other one. There may be some other stuff on the maps or whatever, I don't know, I haven't really looked. There's also a new vehicle available in the Robo shop. This is the Mad Orc Wolfcopter. It's a... Oh, I see what they've done with the rotor blades there. Yeah, it's kind of expensive in the Robo shop itself, but if you go to madorc.com and buy it through that site, you actually get a much better deal on it. It includes 3 months of premium, extra garage slot, Overwolf Robo Mask, and some other bits and pieces. Yeah, in the Galaxy Cache it's 12,000 GC, but if you buy it through Madorc, you get it for about 70% off. So it costs about 3,000, 4,000, something like that. Yeah, about 4,000 GC if you buy it through, or yeah, through the Maddox site, so that works out to about $7. In terms of actual fixes for this particular update, there's been a lot of bug fixes, mostly with the platooning system, so hopefully you'll actually be able to platoon without stuff breaking all the time. There's been some fixes on descriptions in the depot to make sure the stuff actually has the right descriptions or right values on it. Some fixes for Linux players, and Railcan audio not being ridiculously loud all the way across the map. Probably the biggest change is what people are going to consider the nerf to thruster sticks. They've changed the dynamics for how rudders actually work on everything, so they provide a lot less stability. Oh look, see, there's Easter eggs there. And they've also fixed an issue with something called the ghost rudder bug, which this is where when you had rudders on your vehicle, you were getting healed, but when you were getting healed, you were kind of losing control, and you were not able to turn correctly or anything like that, and that's because the rudders were kind of coming back with extra ones, so you weren't, the force of them as such was too high, and yeah, it was just causing you to really not be able to turn, so your controls would get more and more sluggish the more you got healed, which is not a great situation to be in. Anyway, so yeah, thankfully that has apparently been fixed. But in the same batch of updates, it also means that the common thruster stick has been significantly nerfed. And nerfed how, you ask? It means that to get the equivalent kind of stability and performance for a thruster stick, you now need to have 5 of those rudders on there. So each of them has about 20% of the original effect. Although it shouldn't really affect the turning, which is what rudders are actually meant for. Yes. Anyway. Yeah, I'm trying to play while talking about this stuff. So yeah, it's going to cause a lot of upsets from the people that used to like using those kinds of vehicles. But it was a necessary change, and a lot of people not necessarily considered abusing those mechanics, but it's something that did need to be addressed. God, come on. Come on. Here we go. Yep, we're winning this now. Yeah. There he goes. Missed. Anyway, so yeah, that will certainly change the metagame for Robocraft, given all of that. Yeah, so simple fix for thruster sticks is just add more rear-facing rudders. I got 322k on that game, pretty good. But anyway, so that is pretty much the changes. So let me go and grab my flyery type, this one. Because this is one that was definitely affected by the rudder type things. I need the rudders on this for stability, but I did notice that it was causing me a lot of control issues having them. So let's give a little test to see if I can even control this thing anymore. I felt the controls on this were a little bit sluggish due to the rudders, but hopefully just the 2 will give enough stability to still be controllable. And yeah, it's probably not the greatest idea to test in a live game. Sorry people, but we'll see what happens here. So this has 2 rudders on the back. I did have a variant that had like a 3rd rudder, or the other variant also had rudders, sideward mounted rudders, all facing back. Just where you can see these thrusters on each side, they were just above there, which added for different control options. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, apparently still got... Oh, it's... Yes, a lot more freaky in terms of that twisting motion. I didn't get that anywhere near so much. So let's try jumping across. Yeah. Yeah, so that makes it a little bit harder to control where it does that weird twisting effect mid-jump. Anyway, let's see if there's anyone that I can spot. Nope. There we go. And we're staying back here because, oh look, we've got someone there that we can start shooting as soon as I recharge. So keep on with the ranged combat. go. Yeah, I don't know, you say you haven't really seen me use this design much, and... oh, damn it, I missed. No! Suicide. God, this is definitely not as easy to control as it used to be. I mean, it's a little bit more agile because of it, but it's going to take me a little bit of adjusting to actually get used to controlling this thing. Let's run up the side of this cliff. Ah, and I ran off the side of the cliff instead. Come on. Ah. And now I've got no rudder control at all. Completely unstable. Yep. Yep, I'm dead. Anyway, so yes, anything that uses rudders for stabilization, etc., is a lot less stable unless you start putting more rudders on it. So I may have to revert to the older design of this. Unfortunately, that also means I have to take off all of these TX cubes. But anyway, that's a quick overview of the Easternanza update. I will be back for a proper stream in a few minutes, and yeah, I will see you next time. Goodbye.